be applied to the general election. What really matters, particularly for Republicans, is there are 3 districts that Kamala Harris carried and the Republican member got reelected. And there are 19 districts that were won by Joe Biden in 2020 that are occupied by Republicans. I've been taking a look at them. There are at least 10 of those seats that are at risk this year, and maybe more. We've had some redistricting in some of these states, so some of these districts got a little bit better for Republicans. But there are at least 10 of those that are at risk this year. Several of them are open. Arizona 1 is open. But Nebraska 2 is open. But the rest have an incumbent running. But let's be honest, that's where the race for the House is going to be settled, is primarily in these seats that are held by Republicans, but either were won by Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, or in which the race was very close in either one of those 2 presidential races in that district.
Carl, overnight when they flew to Davos, Susie Wiles told the press pool that this will likely be the president's last big international trip before the midterms, and she said there's going to be a relentless focus on travel and on midterms, and that will probably kick off when the president does his State of the Union address at the end of the month in February. So do you think that is enough to stave off history, or is it just too early to know how it will really turn out depending on the economy?
Yeah, it's too early, but let's look at it. Since the end of World War II, there have only been 2 elections, midterm elections, in which the White House party gained seats. 1998, in which the Democratic president, Bill Clinton, had a 63% approval rating in October of that year, and 2002, when George W. Bush had a 61% approval rating in October of that year. The president's approval rating today is between 42 and 44%. Let's see if this aggressive campaign schedule helps move him up or stabilizes the decline that he's seen in recent months. But presidential approval rating is going to matter, and that's going to depend on the economy primarily and how people feel about their personal circumstances.
I thought the Wall Street Journal polling earlier in the week, I should say, cut both ways. So, I mean, 8-9 months out, flip a coin.
Always fun.
Carl, thank you, sir. Enjoy your time in Austin.